Welcome to this 30 days AI automation challenge. In this course, I'm going to teach you everything about AI automation, and we're going to do it in 30 videos. Each video teaching you new topics, new things about AI automation. This is a complete course. That's why we have up to 30 videos, and this one is just the introductory aspect. Is that okay? We're going to cover all of this, so you can just scroll them and see. We're going to talk about how to build WhatsApp chatbot, Telegram chatbot, Facebook chatbot, AP files. We're going to talk about how to build API keys, Facebook chatbot. We're going to talk about everything that can automate your work. So you can check all of this. You can see all what we'll be using to do. We are going to talk about how to use ChatGPT, and there are lots of things we are going to talk about. You can pause the video and see everything that we are going to be doing. So each day we are going to be picking this topic and treat them. At the end of this course, you should be able to learn how to do AI automation. And please, let me tell you this. AI automation cannot be learned if you don't do the practice. That's why in each of the topics or each of the day, at the end of each of the class, we have practical assignment. Even for this introductory class, we have an assignment. Is that okay? We have an assignment for you. So each class has practicals, and most of the practicals are, please do exactly as you see me do it here, as you see me demonstrate it here. If you don't practice it, the knowledge will not stick in your head. So please kindly help me, do the practice just the way I do them, and carry out the assignment as I'm going to teach you. And I think in video 28 or 29, we're going to talk about building your own project. Is that okay? So please learn how to do them. And we're going to be learning how to use n8n to build all our projects. Is that okay? So please follow me step by step. Please, I want to emphasize again that the practice is very important, and the assignment is also very important. That if you don't do them, you cannot master this skill. This is a skill that people pay $500, $1,000, and even $1,200 to learn. Go to any of these websites that sell courses and you see them. But I'm giving you completely for free. And because of that, I want you to be serious so that you master this skill and make me proud. Also, consider liking this video and subscribing this video. Recommend this course to anyone who wants to learn AI automation. It is completely for free. Thank you, and let's proceed. Now, this AI automation works for everybody, whether you are using it for yourself, for a personal brand, or you're using it for a small startup business, a mid-sized office, or a large corporations. This AI automation will actually help you to automate any work in any of these areas. Now, let's begin. What is AI automation? Remember, this course, the first video here is only the introduction. So what is AI automation? AI automation is using technology to perform tasks automatically, from the word auto, automatically. So things work even when you are not there. You only set them up and you work when they are not there. Is that okay? So we'll do some of the examples as we proceed. All right, so automatically without human intervention. But first, you need to set those processes on before they start working on their own. So everyday examples like ATM dispensing cash. You go to your ATM card, you put your ATM machine, you put your ATM card, and the amount you put is the amount that will come out. Every process was already set up, and that is what is automation. Is that okay? Automatic email replies. For example, sometimes you respond to an email and you receive an instant email. Exactly. We're also going to touch that as well in this course. Is that okay? Facebook post scheduling, like you schedule a post. Those of you who used to learn social media management can attest to this, that I used to teach Facebook scheduling. So you can just schedule a post. You want the post to go live 12 o'clock a.m. tomorrow, and the post will actually go live tomorrow without you being online, without it. It's also on automation. Is that okay? Online payment confirmations, chatbots answering customer questions. For example, you are using business WhatsApp, you set it up, I chat you, you just say, I'm not online, I will respond to you shortly, kindly drop your message. That message that automatically sends to me when I say hi is an automatic message. Now, I want you to think of automation like a factory, right? A factory, for example, a factory where you set something up, and then from where you set it up, you start processing, moves to the second phase, you process, move to the next phase, you process before it now gives you the last output. That is what automation is. Automation works everywhere, but in this one, we are going to talk about only the AI aspects of automation. Is that okay? Now, example is AI customer support, AI content creation, AI email engagement, AI lead generation, AI social media management. AI automation allows systems to make intelligent decisions before taking actions, right? Now we have social media management. With some of you that used to take that course, once again, You used to know that I used to teach AI automation softwares that even automatically respond to comments, automatically schedule your posts, that automatically, share your posts and all of this. So some of the customer support, you go to, let's say, a website and you see customer support, you click on it, it's an AI that's responding to you. How can I help you? You put something and AI gives you an answer. You put again and AI gives you an answer. You put again. The communication can even last for 10 minutes and the AI is there answering you on behalf of the company. That's what we call AI automation. Congratulations, I'm going to teach you how to set that up in this course. That's why you don't need to miss any of the videos. Is that okay? All right, so let's proceed and go to the next one. Why automation is booming? Because it reduces cost, very important, increase productivity, improve customer experience. It operates 24/7. Is that okay? It scales faster. Companies worldwide are increasingly using AI agents and workflow automation to improve efficiency, and that is why you need to learn it. I even forgot to tell you from the beginning that I'll be teaching you how to actually monetize this skill and make money from it. Is that okay? There is so much money to make from this because this is actually one of the technical courses around the globe, so it's actually very costly to get in. All right, now let's move on to the next part, which is the 6th part of an automation. Don't worry, every aspect of this video is practical. This is the only video that is theory. Is that okay? So don't permit me to explain, and in the next video we're going to move into the full practicals. Is that okay? Now, automation, I classify automation into 6 parts: trigger, the filter, the formatter, the intelligence layer, the action, and the output. Remember when I was talking about thinking of it as a factory? There's a factory here, you do put something here, it moves there to something, it moves there to something. All those processes, I classify them into 6, and they are called trigger, filter, formatter, intelligence layer, action, and output. Now let's proceed. The first one is trigger. Trigger is the starting point. Something happens that kick off the automation. What happens? Now look at this. Look at this. What happens that kick off the listen? So for example, somebody filled a form, and the next thing that could happen is that he received an email. That is an automation. So the form the person filled, that is the first part that what the person does first is what the trigger. So the person, sometimes you fill a form online, and the moment you realize, once you submit that form, you receive an email automatically. That is what we are talking about. So the form you fill is the trigger. That's the first point, the starting point of that automation. So you receive an email, and probably after you receive an email, you can now generate a video, and you yourself, you can now convert the details you have from the email to an Excel sheet. Is that okay? So the starting point of the automation is called the trigger. Number 2 is called the filter and the formatter, 2 and 3. The filter checks the incoming Excel row. It asks this position, and let me just explain it, please. Let's leave all these things. Now, let's say you fill a form and the person's receive email. Okay, let me explain it from this angle. Those of you who used to run adverts on lead generation. Lead generation means you want to get people's email and people's data, people's email, phone number, and name. So you fill the form, somebody fills the form, maybe he receives the book automatically that you sent to him, and then you, from your own end, you receive the person's email, name, and phone number. So now from the dashboard where you receive that form, from the form dashboard, you receive the email. So you now maybe filter who and who I need in order to send a message, and then you format the information and receive the ones that you need. Is that okay? Because believe me, there is not everybody that fill the form that you need. So you have to filter some of them, and then you have to, let's say from the form you need only Nigerians, or you need only Canadians. So you now filter these people's location and start marketing to them. So that is what the filter does. The filter, the formatter actually filter and format the information you need, and then the other ones will now be thrown away. So you can see that this is here. If you need only Nigeria, from there you can now receive Nigeria, and then you clean up the data and receive it. So that's what automation is all about. Now the number 4 and 5 is intelligence layer and action. I'm simply explaining the 6 parts of automation. Number 1, I said, is the action. Number 2, I just talked about the filter and the formatter. And number 4 is the intelligence layer and the action. The intelligence AI analyzes the students' profile data. It checks their provided names and emails to determine the personalized branch routes. So for the AI to be able to understand that, oh, I need only people from UK. So that's analyzing, that it analyzes and gives you, is what we call the intelligence layer, because it involves the brain. Exactly. Now the action is now takes the conditional instruction from the AI. So once the AI have analyzed that I need only UK email and phone numbers. So it will now analyze it, and the action is now to move that UK phone numbers and email to Excel. So all these processes that you are structuring, sometimes when I teach automation the first time, somebody say it's hard. It's not hard. It's because it's theory. Relax. You're going to see everything practically. Is that okay? So once the system analyzes it and the action is going to be taken and is now going to do, everything is just drag and drop. No coding is involved in this course. That's why we are going to be using nodes. Is that okay? Now, action is the physical execution phase where the automation system carries out the tactical or programmatical task. Is that okay? Now, of course, you have analyzed that you need only UK students. All right, so it analyzes it, and the action is now to move it to that area. I think we have talked about this from that angle. Number 6 is now the output. The output is the final shipping bay and log verification. So if the details are now in your Excel, what do you do with them? So you can from there in Excel do another thing to those numbers. So the system still automates even the numbers filtered in your Excel. I'm using Excel as an example. I'm using this as an example. There are automation for different things, and like I said, we have 30 videos, and each of the videos we're going to be teaching different things, and you're going to learn a lot in this video. Please kindly help me subscribe to the channel, please, and like this video. I would really appreciate if you do that. Thank you. All right, now let's proceed. This is the anatomy of the automation, everything I've explained. So this is the trigger, this is the filter, this is the formatter, this is the intelligent layout, this is the action, this is the output. So the trigger starts the valve, the quality gate, the refinery mill, the brain hub, and then the tactical muzzle, and of course the finished product. Is that okay? Let's forget about this grammar. Now let's go. What is a workflow? A workflow is a sequence of connected actions that achieve a result. So sometimes you see, I don't think I have the slide that will have shown you. Sometimes you see that. Okay, anyway, let me just show you from the previous slide. So just the way you see this thing. See, this is a workflow from trigger to filter, from filter to formatter. So that chain is what we call a workflow. So a workflow is a connected actions that achieve a specific result, and it always has the output at the end of it, right? So a new customer fill a form, and then AI reads the information, store data in Google Sheet, send welcome email, notify team on WhatsApp. That's the entire process. Let me repeat it again. Now, this is the example. Let's say, for example, a new customer fill a form, AI reads the information, like I've been explaining, store the data in Google Sheet, send welcome email, and of course, notify the team on WhatsApp. All these processes is what we call the workflow. It moves from filling the form and then to notifying the team on WhatsApp. Is that okay? The AI workflow as a strict and linear path. So you can see how it works as a linear path from new leads to research leads, drafting. Please, I don't want us to be stuck in most of all this explanation that does not even make sense to you at this stage. So let's proceed. All right. What is an AI agent? And the reason why I'm teaching you the difference between AI workflow and AI agent is because we're going to be building the two, both the AI agent and the AI workflow. This is very important. Is that okay? So I've told you that a workflow shows, I've just showed you that. But then what is an agent? An AI agent is an intelligent system that can understand instructions, make decisions, use tools, and complete tasks. Example: customer asks, where is my order? And AI agent understands the question. It checks the database, finds the order, and it replies back immediately. That is an agent. And we are going to be talking about how to build some of those agents in this video, or in this course rather. Is that okay? So AI agent combine AI reasoning with automation system to execute tasks and interact with external tools. External tools, like you can link your ChatGPT to it, you can link your WhatsApp, you can link your Facebook just to the chatbot and make it work automatically. The autonomous AI agent structure. I've just explained what the AI agent means, and this is how the structure means. Now, the AI agent has what we call the agent's brain. This is where the center of it is from. The agent's brain, where this is where the whole reasoning and is working, and it works with LLM. Is that okay? Don't worry, as we proceed to understand what LLM is. Is that okay? All right, so it's a self-reflection hub. From here, the agent has a brain which has to interpret everything. It has the perception, it has the dynamic action layer, and all of this. Now let me even show you the second thing. This is what makes most sense. This is the anatomy of an AI agent. This is the AI agent, or the chatbot, if you want to call it like that. From the chatbot, it has the AI brain. This is the core foundation LLM that interprets everything. That's okay. It reasons everything, analyzes everything in the brain, and then it now gives out instructions. That's okay. Gives out instruction. It has memory that store information and retrieve information. For example, I give the chatbot a PDF of my company, the PDF that contains every information of my company, the pricing, the everything. Now somebody come and say, what is the cost of learning cybersecurity in Express Tech Academy? That's my academy. So because the AI already has the PDF that carries everything about AI, so he already has that memory. So he has to really check back, analyze the PDF, and give the information back. And these things happen in seconds. That's why it's called an AI. That's why it's a chatbot, and then it works with tools. So this is how it works. Chatbot has all these components: the brain, the instructions, the memory, the tools he uses in answering some of those questions. Is that okay? Is that okay? So in this course, you're going to be using a toolbox build that you will use to build all of this, called the N8N. Is that okay? The N8N is what we are going to be using in building all the chatbot, the workflow, everything we are going to be doing is going to be work on the N8N. Is that okay? All right. What is N8N? A visual builder that builds your automation to life, that brings your automation to your life. Is that okay? It's a drag and drop blocks, and it works with what we call nodes. Is that okay? That move data between apps. So it's a drag and drop like WordPress. Those of you learn web designing. So there's no coding here at all. Everything is going to be clear information like this. Is that okay? So number 3, the N8N is an open source workflow automation platform. It's it's not free. All right. If you register, and I think after 14 days, they are going to get expired. But in this course, we're also going to teach you how to run it locally, so they can be able to, do it even without paying any money. See, if you are liking this, why not help me subscribe to this channel and tell me in the comment section I'm giving you this for free. Thank you. All right, so thank you for helping me do that, because we are going to learn it locally, and everything is going, I think that's the 2 class, everything is going to work perfectly without you have to pay any dime. But if you want to pay any dime, especially if you are running it for a company or your company is large, you can consider subscribing to it if you can afford it. Is that okay? Think of it as the brain that connects all the apps together. So the N8N is actually the brain that connects all the agents, all the apps. Everything is worked there. Is the building, is the toolbox where everything is built. And this is what we are going to be working with. Now, N8N is not the only automation tool. We have Zapier, we have Node, as you call it. There are a lot of them, but I know of Zapier very well. I know of N8N. But in this course, we are going to be using N8N. Is that okay? All right. So with N8N, you can connect ChatGPT, Gmail, WhatsApp, Google Sheet, website, databases without writing complex code. Is that okay? So everything is actually, all the tools you are going to be using will be free. So like again, I said, if you know how to use Zapier, why not? You can also go ahead and use it. Anything allows you to connect APIs. We are going to run that, databases, AI tools, business applications through. So this is how everything looks. I said I did not have it. I had it. So this is the workflow. All these things you used to chat and a chat GPT. Maybe you chat you go to a website, you contact customer support, you see AI begins to respond to you. This is how everything is built. So we are going to be building these things almost every single day. Is that okay? So gear up and get ready for what is about to come. Is that okay? All right. So why do we also use Docker? Now, it's not only N8N that we are going to be using. We are also going to use it with Docker, because if you are running it locally, that is without having to pay for the subscription, you need to connect it to Docker. And Docker is a centralization platform that connects the N8N or any automation tool together. So we're also going to be using it, and that's why I said is the code works best for those of you who will use a laptop. So because Docker cannot actually be installed on the phone, although I have not tried it, so you can try it and see if it works. Is that okay? Docker allows software to run in isolated containers that work consistently across platforms. So we are going to be installing it in our D2 class. Is that okay? Now, we are done. I think we are done with the D1 class, and that was exciting, but this is theory. And honestly, I do not like theory, especially when it has to do with a practical-based course like this. But we are done, and I give you an assignment. Number 1 is create your accountability track. set up your milestone track and structure and commit to your daily learning path. Is that okay? Set up everything. I've shown you the day one, day two, all the topics from the previous slides. Is that okay? So just set up everything, how you're going to be learning it, structure it. If I'm just telling you to organize your space and get ready for this course. Is that okay? So then download Docker for your OS. Just download it. Just go to Google and then download Docker. Is that okay? Docker for iOS. I will show you how to do that in the next video, but just if you can, go and download it. Is that okay? Download it. Don't register. Don't do anything. Wait for the second video. Is that okay? Write a short summary. Document your thoughts, takeaways, and foundation from this class. So just write a short summary. Pick a separate book. Like that's why I say you should prepare yourself. Pick a separate book. Write down what you have learned from this video and then put them in the comment section. Is that okay? Please put them in the comment section. And then of course put it here. Put what you have learned in the comment section, at least in less than 100 or not more than 100 words. Put what you have learned from this first video in the comment section. By doing this, you know whatever you write, it stays with you more than whatever if you just hear it without practicing it won't just stay. So whatever you practice actually stays longer. So practice by writing what you learned from it, even though it was theory. Practice by writing it and putting it in the video description. And very most important thing I want you to do as part of the assignment is I want you to start publishing on your social media. As you finish day one, you go to social media and say, I just started an AI automation with Express Day Academy. You put my YouTube channel there, and then you said, I've just started. It's all right. So you can now put what you learned for that day. You can even screenshot it and put there. A screenshot with your picture, or there be no need for your picture, but the screenshot of what you have learned for that day and what you have achieved for that day. Not what you have. Don't come and screenshot my work. Screenshot what you have done, the practice you did. Screenshot it and post. Every single day that you take that course, please do it. And for today, you also have to do this one. Now we have come to the end of the course. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the day 2 course, which has to do with installing the iOS, installing the NSN, running it locally, and of course installing the Docker before we do the full practicals. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.